In much of the United States, there may be penalties if you decide to boycott the state of Israel.
It's perhaps the most concrete form of a foreign government's interference with the U.S.'s democratic process that I'm aware of.
37 U.S. states have enacted some form of anti-boycott divestment sanctions, or BDS legislation. It typically requires parties signing contracts with the state government not to engage in a boycott of Israel.
Even to apply for such a contract, I had to first sign a pledge saying that I would not boycott Israel, or not only Israel, get this, Israel or any territory it controls.
So I played that clip, as proof of me being right again, right, about these people, and I wish I was wrong, but so you see that 37 states in the United States, right, have passed laws against you, boycotting the state of Israel, and then you have to sign certain jobs or businesses you have. Before you can start your job or business, you have to sign a pledge in certain states, 37 states in the United States, that you will not, you will support the state of Israel and any place that they control. You mean like the United States? Any place they control, you mean like the United States, right? So basically all your politicians have sold out to a foreign country. Last time I checked, isn't that treason? I mean, that's what I thought the definition of treason was. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not that smart. Don't mind me. I'm not that smart. But I thought treason was when you swear loyalty to foreign countries, and then you operate inside your own country on their behalf. Like, I thought that's what spying and treason and shit like that was. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I have to look up that definition again. But yeah. So you have basically your political establishment operating against its own citizens on the behalf of a foreign country that is an apartheid state, right? That's scary as shit, right? I mean, don't get more Nazi than that, right? I think the Bible called it the mark of the beast. Let's pull that up real quick. So I'm fascinated by prophecies of all kinds, whether it's Hopi prophecy, Mayan prophecy, Egyptian prophecy, whatever, right? And then so in Bible, let's go take a look at Bible prophecy, and I'm fascinated by Bible prophecy. Now in Bible prophecy, they talk about the mark of the beast, right? And so let's take a look at that. It says Revelations, and these are all the quotes that I can find on the mark of the beast in the Bible. So here's some, right? Here's one from Revelation. And that no man, Revelations 13:17, and that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see? The mark of the beast or the name of the beast, right? So when they tell you that you have to sign a contract and take on the name of the beast, you see? And so you have to understand who and what the beast is, right? When they're referencing in the Bible the mark of the beast, it's not, people say, well, it's a chip. It's not just a chip. It's also, it says, if you want to buy or sell, if you want a job, right, you can't sell goods, right? So they're saying, in the last clip I showed you, they're saying that, you watch it for yourself, the U.S. government, at the behest of the Israeli government, is forcing its citizens to sign contracts, right, and passing laws that you cannot boycott a foreign country in the United States, right? This is what they're forcing on you. And they say, well, these people are your friends. Well, your friends don't force you to sign contracts to get a job. These people are your friends. I don't know, they're friends maybe to someone, but for instance, they wouldn't be considered my friend, right? If you force me to sign a contract or else I can't work or get business, then you're not my friend. Now you're something, but you're not my friend. I mean that's clear, right? Because your friend doesn't force you to sign contracts or whatever against things you don't, for to support things that you don't like or you can't work. What does it sell? What does it say in Revelation 13:17? And that no man might buy or sell. That's business. No man might do business or transact unless he has the mark of the beast or the name of the beast. You see? How do you take on someone's name? Right? Or the number of his name. Right? You got a social security number. Right? You got some type of business license. Right? It has a number. You got an ID number. You have a driver's license number. All these things are numbers that are given to you. You see, by the beast and the agents of Satan and the Antichrist. Right? What do they do? Right? What do? They give you a number. Right? They give you a number. You see, the mark of the beast, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And they say, well, it's 666. Well, you got a driver's license number, don't you? You have a social security number. You have a business license ID or number or whatever, right? Or the number of his name. You see, all these things are connected. You see, these numbers that you have to have. You see? And they were given to you not by God, not by the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but the God of the Antichrist worshippers in the synagogue of Satan gives you these numbers. Why? So that they can keep track of you and force you to do what they want you to do according to their numbers, right? You have to sign a contract and take on their name, you see? Or you can't do what? You can't buy or sell anything. You can't get food for your family. You can't do business. You can't get a job. You see? So Bible prophecy is very relevant right now in these last days, right? You see? And so you see that the beast, as it said, has come down to you, right? Let's take a look at a couple more of these, and let's go back to that video real quick, right? Because I want to show you something. So all these people, right, who don't have a problem with it, all these sellouts and these bootlicks, it also talks about what's going to happen to you according to these. Let's read that too. It says in Revelations 19:20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that would wrought miracles before him, and with him in which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. That's your fate. See, the Bible is clear in the prophecy. It also describes your fate of what you get in the end. You say, I'm gonna get away. No. I'm gonna do dirt, and I'm gonna fornicate with the devil, right? And I'm gonna take gifts from Satan, and eat of the devil's pie, and I'm gonna live lavishly, right, and richly, and I'm gonna have this good life and these all this kind of stuff. Well, yeah, that could be true depending on what time you live in. If it was 50 years ago, 100 years ago, and you were, I don't know, 30, 40 years old, and then you died off, maybe. If it was now, not so much, right? If you don't get sick or get cancer, then you have to face, judgment, right? If you're living now and you're living in these times, and that are approaching and upon us, not approaching but are upon us, then you have to face this judgment under Revelations 19 and 20, right? You have to go into the lake of fire with burning and brimstone. Why? Because you worship the image of the beast. You see, you got a Israeli flag. You see, You got you got these politicians who got Israeli flag pins and are passing laws, right? You got people signing this paperwork, happily doing it, right? And taking bribes from APAC and all these agencies, right? And what is their fate? It said these people, when they're lying to you on TV, Barack Obama, right? Hakeem Jeffries, all of the Congressional Black Caucus, right? Lying to you. The NAACP, all these Nazi agencies. These people, they say, well, I think it was Juliana Margolis or whatever the actress, and Michael, these people said, Michael Rappaport, oh, the Jews, they supported black people. The Jews never supported black people. The Jews and these Israelis came to black people to bribe them and blackmail them, right? And in the case of Ralph Bunche, to assassinate them if they didn't comply. You see? And they came into the black community, you know, as agents to use black people just like everybody do in America and in the world. They showed up to integrate themselves with you as, you know, spies and agents of the Antichrist so that they could do dirt, you see, and attach themselves to the cause, right, of the true children of Israel, right? You see? And Israel is a man, he's not a place. Israel is a bloodline, it's not a place. The true children of Israel, whose name was Jacob, who gave birth to people, a bloodline of people, you see, who came from the line of Abraham, you see. And so they came to you, right? Like, just like the devil in the Bible came to Christ and he said, listen, make a deal with me and everything you see. He said he took Christ up on a mountain and he told him, look out, and everything if you make a deal with me and bow down to me and worship me and don't protest against me, right, and take these bribes from me, right, everything you see, the same thing that these black politicians like Obama, the same, you know, all these black people in the Democratic Party and Republican, all these different black people, right? They claim that they came to black people to help them, right? Well, why didn't black people get a state of Israel? Where's the black state of Israel in America, right? Where is it? It don't exist. So if they came to help you, how come they ended up, right? They said, well, they came to black people to help, you know, Juliana Margolis and Michael Rappaport. They said, well, they came to black people to help them. Well, if they came to black people, they've been around helping, they ain't been doing a good job. They came to black people in the 40s, well, they ended up with a country in the Middle East on somebody else's land, right? Where is the black American country what happened to us? Where's our reparations? Jewish people in Israel opposes reparations for black people in America. They oppose it politically and socially. That's a fact. I'm not being, you know, anti-Semitic. I'm just stating a fact. Go back and read what they've said. So they get $15 billion a year from the United States government. I just showed you, you know what I mean? I just showed you the video, right? Where they're passing laws that you must support them. Where is the law that says in the United States, you must support black Americans or you'll get fired from your job? Where is that law at? You must support reparations or you'll get fired from your job. Where is that law? Oh, that doesn't exist. Where is the black American state of Israel that we got in 1948? Oh, that doesn't exist. So these people want you to accept the reality that doesn't exist. Because why? Well, because I say so. Right? Because I say so. I'm Michael Rappaport, I'm Juliana Margolis, I'm Benjamin Netanyahu, I'm Joe Biden. Just accept what I say, even though it defies reality. And you say, well, why? Well, because I said so, nigger. That's why. Even though it has nothing to do with any facts, historically, right? While at the same time, they slowly build a worldwide Nazi coalition that choked the fucking life out of you. Anybody that resists. You see? Stand by. Let's play some more of this.
Sanctions or BDS legislation. It typically requires parties signing contracts with the state government not to engage in a boycott of Israel.
Even to apply for such a contract, I had to first sign a pledge saying that I would not boycott Israel, or not only Israel, get this, Israel or any territories it controls.
Thank you, everybody.
Saqib Ali, a former member of the Maryland House of Delegates, sued the state in 2019 with the Council on American Islamic Relations after the Republican governor at the time signed an anti-BDS executive order.
Governor and Attorney General of Maryland had violated my civil rights. You're signing under penalty of perjury that you're not boycotting Israel. It may not be enforced, it may not be prosecuted, but you run the risk of being convicted of a serious crime, and you could go to jail.
The case.
So you heard the man, right? You heard the man. They wanted to put him in jail in the state of Maryland, right? Right over there near Washington, D.C. They wanted to put this man, Larry Hogan, right? Fat, greasy governor of Maryland, right? Zionist, Nazi operative. This wasn't even a law. He signed this he made this law using an executive order at the behest of his controllers, his Zionist, Zio-Nazi controllers, right? Larry Hogan is a Nazi, you see. So his Nazi, bosses told him, fuck the voting, sign an executive order, make this into law. No boycotting Israel, no opposing Israel, right? Or you could be arrested. What's more Nazi than that? I'm just saying, like, what's more Nazi than that? I thought you live in America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. You mean the home of the slave? This is 2023, motherfuckers. Not 1893 or 1803. In 2023, you got some Nazis, right, from Israel coming to the United States, right? Took over the whole government and then forcing them without legislation being passed to go straight to the top and sign a bill, an executive order saying, if you oppose these people, we'll put you in jail, motherfuckers. What? That's right. If you oppose them, not only will we not allow you to work, we'll put you in prison. For opposing a foreign country? Does it make sense? Sounds kind of treasonous to me, right? I'm just saying, right? Who are you working for? The people nobody who voted for that. I thought people voted for you to pass laws that they agreed with. Did you take a referendum? If you took a referendum vote in Maryland, I'm sure the people in Maryland wouldn't have voted for that. If everybody had, one man, one vote. Hey, everybody in Maryland, send in your, via text message, they got a phone, whatever, and send in your vote if you want to be arrested if you don't support some Israel, these Jewish people in Israel, state of Israel, whatever, etc. Yes or no? I'm sure they would have voted no. Like, fuck no. I'm not with nothing like that. I mean, could you imagine if Joe Biden or these people ran on that as a platform, and then, like, if Joe Biden came out and said, I'm running, you say, I'm running again for office in my second term. One of the things I'm running on is, if you don't support, I'm passing a law, a federal law, if you don't support the state of Israel, right, you can't work. Mind you that this is what they're doing on the state level. 37 states have done it out of 50. So eventually, it will be the law of the land in the United States very soon, right? So if Joe Biden or Barack Obama or whoever, Donald Trump, they come out, and this is basically what they're running on, right? If you don't support the state of Israel and whatever they do, you can go to prison, and you can't work or you can't eat. You can't work or get a business or start a business or anything, and you may be arrested. That's the shit they was doing in Nazi Germany. So when I say these people are Nazis, I'm not being bombastic. This is a fact. This is a legal case. I mean, I don't know how much more fucking plain I could make it to you. People have no. I told this guy, I said, you have no idea what you're dealing with. You really don't. You playing around with these people, and all they doing is slowly turning up the heat. That's all they doing. Slowly turning up the heat. And they're using everybody around you to do it. I mean, I don't want to belabor this point, but I don't know, what to say about this. I mean, this is Nazi Germany 2.0. This is the Third Reich. This is the Fourth Reich, the rise of the Fourth Reich across the world. You see? A totalitarian tiptoe, Nazi tiptoe, right? They tiptoeing in, you see? And they doing it with like money and influence or whatever, right? And all kinds of shit. I mean, all kinds of, nasty shit, right? I mean, obviously, we done moved way beyond just bribes. When you got, 7,000 dead babies lying in the streets, right? 2 million people displaced, right? I mean, if they did that to them, what would they do to you other than pass, after they finish passing laws, right, that you go to jail if you don't support us? You have to swear an oath, right? It's like Hitler, right? You swear an oath to the Third Reich, or else we march your ass into a camp, a re-education camp, right? We march you into a re-education camp and get your mind right. You gotta get your mind right, right? I mean, because that's what your next, eventually you're gonna have, the next campaign to like Joe Biden or somebody. He's gonna run on shit like that, right? You either support the state of Israel. I'm passing a federal law, or else, we revoke your driver's license, right? Either you sign this oath, you support the state of Israel, or we revoke your driver's license and we shut down all your bank accounts, right? And to get it back, you have to get back your driver's license and, access to, be able to work and direct deposits and all this in the banking. You have to sign this letter, and it has to be on file along with your social security number. You see? And if you don't do it within a certain amount of time, then we'll issue a warrant for your arrest. You see? And we'll have to round you up like they just rounded up those people in Palestine. Right? We have to round you up. Do I have to show you the video? Maybe I do. Yeah, see, we have to round you up. You know what I mean? You don't want to sign the oath, the loyalty oath to Israel in Maryland, in Texas, in Denver, in Chicago, in California, in Kansas, in New York City. You don't, Eric Adams up there screaming about what, we got to do this and that over in Israel, right? He keep making trips to Israel. You don't want to sign the paperwork? Well, we got to round you up, just like in Israel, in Palestine. You have to be rounded up, you see. You might be a suspected of something, right? We got to round you up. And we got to bring you out your house in your underwear. You, your wife, your grandmother, your children, your daughters. Got to round you up. Got to frisk y'all. Make sure. Put our hands down in your pants, right? In your daughter's pants and in your son's pants to make sure they ain't smuggling terrorist weapons. You see? You didn't sign the letter that we sent out. What's your problem? Right? What's your problem? You won't support us. What's your problem? You won't sign this paperwork. You see? You got to be rounded up.
Blindfolded, stripped, and surrounded by soldiers. Loaded onto trucks, destination unknown. A Hebrew voice describes the scene.
So you got to be rounded up and loaded on the trucks like in Palestine because you didn't sign your letter, right? You ain't signed your loyalty letter, right? Because I live in Baltimore, or I live in New York, I live in Delaware, I live in Florida, I live in California. Why I got to sign this letter? Shut up! Get out of here! Come on, get outside, right? Come out here and take your clothes off, or I'll shoot you in the face, nigger. And take your fucking clothes off and get in this truck, right? Put these cuffs on and get in this truck. Hey, wait a minute. I want my rights. I want my rights, my freedom and democracy, right? Yeah, it's too late for that. It's a little bit too late for that. I hate to tell y'all this, right? I hate to be the bearer of bad news on a Sunday morning, right? It's a little bit too late for that. When you're marching people out of their houses in their underwear, tying them up and packing them like sardines in the back of a truck. Oh, you mean like a slave for all you niggers that support these people? Oh, you mean like a slave on slave ships, slave cargo coming off the slave ships, packed in like cargo and shipped off? I'm just saying. Right. To points unknown. Oh, you mean like a banana republic where you disappear? Right? We come to your houses, we kick your door in the middle of the night, we black bag you, right? Accuse you of something. No judge, no jury, no trial. Tie you up, you and your whole family. Strip y'all naked, put y'all in trucks and drive y'all away. Hey, what happened to John and his family? Well, I don't know. I guess they didn't sign their loyalty oath, their loyalty paperwork. You know, they got smart with somebody, talk shit or whatever, didn't sign their loyalty paperwork, so, didn't work out. They had to get their mind right. Damn. Did you get your letter? Yeah, I signed my letter last week. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I don't be saying nothing. I just sign my letter. I just do my work. Matter of fact, they even passed the extra tax I have to pay to like the state of Israel, and I make sure I pay my money on time. So I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Me and my family good. We good. I ain't gotta worry about it. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, that's your future, obviously, right? If this continues, which doesn't look like it's not going to continue, let's play the. I'm gonna wrap this up though, man. This shit is insane.
These are Hamas fighters arrested at the Jabalia refugee camp. One man is seen walking towards a soldier and handing over a rifle and handgun. But note here how he's carrying the rifle in his left hand. However, Al Jazeera's verification unit, Sanad, has identified a second take of the same video. The Palestinian man is now holding the rifle in his right hand, and like the first video, he walks forward to place the weapons in front of Israeli soldiers. Let's bring in our correspondent, Alan Fisher. He's joining us live from
So these people put guns to your head, right? They went and grabbed some random Arabs. They could have been Christians, whatever, nothing to do with Hamas, whatever, right? Just some Arabs that lived in Palestine and Gaza. Just grabbed them, rounded them up, stripped them naked, and then they started making them perform fake militant videos. They like give them a gun, right? This man look like a goddamn militant to you. They give him a gun, and then they say, listen, put guns to these people's head. Put your hands up, motherfucker. Take your clothes off. Put your fucking hands up. And you get in the line over there, or we'll machine gun you, motherfucker. Sand niggers, right? And then you make them start pretending that they carry weapons, right? You give them this weapon, and you tell them, walk forward and surrender that weapon and put that weapon over there, right? So he didn't do a good enough job. So they made him do it again. What? So he didn't do it again. So they told him switch hands, and then they videotaped it and played it again. Look at this shit. This is your future in America. See, particularly if you non-white, right? Trying to use Dominican. I know black. I know black. I don't give a fuck if you I know black. You see, right? No negro. I know negro. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Right? Right? I hear you. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna help you. You see, it ain't gonna help for what's coming to you. I told y'all. Every time I say this, matter of fact, I talked about this right before it happened. Right? Then the story, the stories are just coming out one after the other. Right? America leads to bussy and Nazis. I said that 100 times. America leads to bussy and Nazis. That's all. And in the end, soon destruction. You see? Soon destruction. I'm going to say that too in its own video. You can timestamp it for whatever the day is, December the 10th. I see y'all very soon, you see. I'll see you very soon on another video when I say, I told you so. Well, you might not be able to say I told you so. Maybe the internet won't be working, you see. So I may not be able to say I told you so, but if you listen to these videos, you'll know I'll be somewhere thinking it, you see. I mean, this is your future. These people, walking you out of your houses in your underwear, you and your family, and standing you up against the wall, right? They tell you, hold this gun, and then they shoot you in your underwear, right? He had a gun that was down in his underwear or something. I don't know. I guess they had to put clothes on you. I don't know how they, whatever, right? Don't get no more Nazi than this, you see. I told people, I said, you don't know who and what you're dealing with. You really don't comprehend it yet. I don't know at what point you will. Because to say that it's too late, I think is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous comment, right? If I was to say, oh, you know what? It's, to say, it's too late. The time has passed, you know what I mean? Or it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late soon. It's going to, I guess I should say, right? It's going to be soon, it's going to be too late. Soon it's going to be too late. Fuck you mean soon it's going to be, it's way too late. When your whole political apparatus has been Nazified, right? And are starting to pass laws where you get arrested if you don't sign loyalty oaths to a foreign country that is an apartheid state, it's already over. You just haven't heard the bell, motherfucker. You was asleep when the bell went off. It's already over with. That's why I keep telling people, you have no idea who and what the fuck you're dealing with. And at what point you do, I guess you'll be like these people. You'll be walking out your house in your underwear with a gun to your head. You know what I mean? With a bunch of Nazis standing around with armored vehicles, right? And machine guns. And you and your children walking out your house, and your grandmother, and and your aunties walking out your house in your underwear, right? With people pistol whipping you, gun butting you, slapping the shit out you and spitting on you, right? Telling you shut the fuck up and get in the back of that truck. You see? That's the end game with Nazis. I don't know. Maybe you didn't check out what happened World War II with that white on white crime episode that happened over there, right? With that white on white crime that took place. Maybe you missed some of the fucking videos. Maybe you should go back and watch the History Channel. Check out some of that shit, right? Getting packed into a train or a truck and driven to your final destination. You see, in a lot of cases. Like these people, you see. What's the numbers now? 17, 20,000 dead. 7,000, 10,000 children, 2 million people stripped off their houses blown to bits, being bombs dropped on them from south to north to east to west. Run over here, you'll be safe. When you get there, they drop a bomb on you. Run over there, you'll be safe. And when you get there, they drop a bomb on you. Run over here, while the UN play games. Oh yeah, we're trying to protect people. The UN is a Nazi organization, I already said that. Even the members came out and said it yesterday after I said it. After I said it, the members of the UN came out and said it. The bootlicks of the UN, should I say. People with no fucking power, right? They finally, it's just like Bane in Batman, where the man said, I'm in charge, right? Blah, 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 he was talking all that shit, right? But Bane was about to kill him and take over his company, and he put his hand on his shoulder and said, do you feel like you're in charge? You see? That's the people at the UN, the bootlicks at the UN. They've realized they don't have no power, they're not in charge of anything. They can't do anything. No matter how horrible it is, something that they see, that they think that they got some power. They're in charge of something. You're not in charge of anything. I mean, it's just the truth. I'm just being real with you. You're not in charge of anything. And when they found out, the UN needs to be overhauled. You think? It's too late for that, though. Unfortunately. You see, unfortunately. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, and then I'm out. Stand by.
U.S.'s democratic process that I'm aware of.
37 U.S. states have enacted some form of anti-boycott, divestment, sanctions, or BDS legislation. It typically requires parties signing contracts with the state government not to engage in a boycott of Israel.
Even to apply for such a contract, I had to first sign a pledge saying that I would not boycott Israel, or not only Israel, get this, Israel or any territories it controls.
Thank you, everybody.
Saqib Ali, a former member of the Maryland House of Delegates, sued the state in 2019 with the Council on American Islamic Relations after the Republican governor at the time signed an anti-BDS executive order.
Governor and Attorney General of Maryland have violated my civil rights. You're signing under penalty of perjury that you're not boycotting Israel. It may not be enforced, it may not be prosecuted, but you run the risk of being convicted of a serious crime, and you could go to jail.
The case was ultimately dismissed on a technicality, meaning the court did not rule on the actual constitutionality of the matter.
Because I didn't apply for a contract and I wasn't denied a contract, that I did not have standing to sue. So somebody else might.
There have been several courts across the United States that have reached the most important question here. Does the Constitution, does the First Amendment forbid states, the federal government, from passing laws that target the anti-BDS movement?
I want to thank all Texans for the support.
In Texas, a federal court struck down the entirety of a Texas law after our client, Bahia Amawi, was asked to sign a contract that asked her to promise Israel that she wouldn't boycott.
But the state simply passed a new law that applies to companies instead of individuals.
Even when the laws allow for free speech, there needs to be a social climate that allows folks to freely express their views.
But 2 months into heightened tensions and rhetoric surrounding the Israel-Hamas war, that climate may not be now. Yasmin Al-Sabawi,